I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 62nd episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Thank you so much for joining me. I inspire current and transitioning professionals and entrepreneurs with a passion of helping just others to overcome challenges, professional development, and personal transformation to simply persevere, all anchored in faith. All right, time for the t-shirt. All right, so today's t-shirt reads, I am currently unsupervised. I know it freaks me out too, but the possibilities are endless. So this shirt is a reminder of just how great it feels to just be my own boss and leader with like opportunities of endless growth and abundance. It's also the perfect transition for today's episode called Scaling Up and Standing Strong. Dr. Dwight Riddick on leadership, mindset, and limitless potential. So excited. Yes. So today we are diving into a topic that is just simply essential for every entrepreneur, leader, visionary who are just looking to scale up, stand strong in leadership, and have a positive mindset with limited potential, you guys. All right. But first, let's not forget, it's still Black History Month. Yes, love this month. As we celebrate Black excellence, resilience, and leadership, I want to just highlight a few words from Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman elected to Congress, who said, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth." How amazing is that quote, you guys? All right. This statement, you guys, embodies what leadership is just truly about, in my opinion, which is, not just growing, but also just helping ourselves as people as a whole. And it helps us as to who we serve as well, So if you've been feeling just like challenged and wondering just kind of how you're going to take your business, your career, or your personal development and journey to the very next level, you do not want to miss this conversation that's about to happen. All right. Today, you guys, so excited. I am honored to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Dwight Riddick, you guys. Yes, I am so excited. But first, let me just tell you a little bit about him, okay? Dr. Dwight Riddick II is a global speaker specializing in leadership development and working with organizations and individuals on the brink of giving up and just simply looking to scale up while helping them actually maximize their potential. How wonderful is that? You guys, Dwight, he brings over 25 years of organizational leadership, 17 plus years of serving as a senior pastor, 10 plus years of executive coaching and motivational speaking, serving as a part-time professor, and committed to multiple community boards, you guys, to execute social impact. That is amazing, right? Dwight has a proven track record, you guys, in creativity, bridging the gaps of generations and cultures. His expertise used in his speaking, his training to produce and to produce the results by just providing like practical steps to transform the mindset, which is so very important, okay? And to create just those predictable outcomes. Man, you guys, he is what a star, okay? He has earned certifications as a life coach with John Maxwell, all right? Sam Chand, and he trained with Eric E.T. Thomas, yes, Les Brown, and Jeremy Anderson. All phenomenal leaders themselves. Amazing. Dwight has been married to Dr. Jenée Whitfield Riddick, an avid coffee lover that she is, and an anointed preacher herself, you guys. Man, so phenomenal. You could just feel the love there, right? And they actually also have a teenage son who is a national soccer player, you guys. Phenomenal. Love that family, right? And he is elementary age. He is a skate. He also has a skate sensation daughter. Spectacular. I love skating. All right. Dwight lives to maximize the potential of others and to simply just help them on their mission to see Jesus. Oh, that's powerful. That's all I got to say. All right. Please, you guys, join me in welcoming Dr. Dwight Riddick. Let's bring him on. All right. See here. Where is he at? Oh, let's go. All right.
Here, here we go. Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Thank you for
I'm
joining.
doing well.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. It's exciting to be here. Finally, I've been watching and checking you out and hearing all of the other great guests you guys had. And so I'm excited to be here. Thankful to share.
Yes. And you got so many people in the chat just like, yeah, waving it. Okay. All right. So welcome, welcome. First, I like to just let you expand on yourself and how can people just contact you for the most part to start?
Okay, well, let me just say thank you again for having me. And as a form of communication, simply because we're already on Instagram, look, DM me here. If you DM me here, then I can connect with you with anything that we're going to talk about today. I do have a website, dwightriddick.com, simple. And then the coaching website is maxpotentialcmi.com. And today actually I got a little special, but I'll share that a little bit later.
Yes. All right. Yeah, let's say that to the
Yeah.
end. Phenomenal. Well, welcome again. So, Dwight, today to guide our discussion, here are some giftful questions that I'm
Okay.
eager to continue exploring, you guys, with our esteemed guests here, okay? Dr. Dwight Riddick. So let's get started.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Okay. So, gift number one. So, you've worked with leaders and organizations on like the verge of giving up.
Right.
What's like the first mindset shift that one needs to make when they feel like quitting? Because we've all been.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So I know for me, first of all, let me just say I've been there many times where I just wanted to quit everything. And sometimes just that day, like that day, I just didn't want to keep going, didn't want to get started, didn't want to do anything else after maybe the first part of the day. And so I think for me, there may be two major mindset shifts. What motivates me most is knowing that there are other people who are dependent on it, right? That there is somebody else who needs the message, somebody else who can benefit from the coaching session,
Mhm.
somebody else who will learn from the podcast or from the Zoom or from the product that you have to create. So I'm people oriented. And so for me, it is this heavy weight on, but what will the people do? Right. So not a whole savior complex, but there is the responsibility to the communities that I'm in and the people that I'm connected to. I actually, I've done some training with Jeremy Anderson,
Mhm.
and he said something once during the session. He said, if you stay making the money you make, who else won't be able to pay their bills because you didn't make more money? I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like that's huge for me because I really do want to help others. I want to let other people use whatever platform God has given me to elevate. And so there have been moments where I'm like, well, now I have to do this because if I don't do this, how will they, right? How will a friend, a family member, a coworker, or maybe even an employee, like how do they level up if I quit now? So that's probably the first thing for me is recognizing other people, and then I think the mindset shift is you come too far to quit now, right? I mean, you could stop, but think about all you had to go through, all you've done, the times you had to bounce back before. If you quit now, all of that is in
Yeah.
vain, right? And so for me, I think it's those two mindsets. One is being people oriented, and then two, it is realizing that you have come way too far to let this be the end.
Yes. I totally agree with both of those. Man, especially coming way too far.
Right.
You know, when I started, I actually started with five businesses, narrowed them down to three, about to get two. But let me tell you,
Right.
I'm like, I've been doing this too long.
Yeah.
No, keep going. So, and not to
Yeah.
mention, we're worthy of more. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, if and I could say that too, you deserve more, right? You deserve more. And I think you won't really recognize how much you deserve until you're around other people. And I want to say this nicely, who may be doing more with less,
Mhm.
right? And you kind of like, wait a minute, I know a little bit more. My skill might be a little bit clearer or tighter in these areas. So I'm not putting them down, but I'm just like, wait a minute. And I think for some of us, it's that situation. And so me too. I've been where you are. I've been in that same space where it was like I was doing everything but nothing at the same time.
Mm.
I had times I would quit, bounce back, and so now I'm like, all of that's in vain if we don't move
That's
forward. All of the certifications, all of the trainings, all of the lives, all of the money you spent, like all of that's in vain if you quit now.
so true. So
Yeah,
true. Got to keep following, keep the faith. That's all I'm always the faith.
absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
That's wonderful. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. We're on to gift number two.
Okay.
Gift number two question is, so leadership plays like a huge role in scaling a business, right? So what are like some practical ways that one can develop like that strong leadership, those strong leadership skills while actually managing their daily challenges?
Yeah. So first of all, I think there's a leader in everyone. Let me start there.
Mhm.
I think that everyone has a grace to lead, a group to lead. And because that's true, for me, leadership is exposure. Like you don't even know what's possible unless you've been exposed to something. Like I know for me, I felt like I had been leading for so long, and I started investing financially and investing time into some new spaces. And when I got into the new spaces, I mean, the whole lot that I thought I had done was like a smidgen of what was possible, but I didn't know
Right.
because as a leader, I was always leading, and I hadn't wrapped myself around higher leaders. And I thought I was high capacity. I thought I was doing it. I thought I was not in a bragging type of way, but I kind of felt like, you know what, we doing this thing, right? The money was good, the numbers were good, the number of people, interactions. But then as a leader, I leaped out of that little
Mm-hmm.
pond into this bigger space. And when I got there, I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's more to do. It's more to do, it's quicker ways to do it. So I think one way that leaders really get to a place where they can scale is by considering who you are with. Like we say it all the time to kids. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. You are the sum total of the five people that you spend your time with, right? But I think when we talk business, when we become adults, we kind of push that to the side. But if you're gonna scale, you're gonna have to be around people who see your a whole lot as a little,
Yes.
right? And I think that's kind of step one for me. And then step two, which I think is really, really practical, I learned it really, really late, and that is write it down. Like every business should be designed so that it could be sold. But you can't sell it if you haven't actually documented. Like, how does it work?
Mm.
What are the policies? What are the procedures? What programs are you using? What are the passwords? What are the platforms? Who are the networks? Because without any of that, you can't scale because every time you add someone to your organization or add someone to your business, it automatically changes something.
So true.
Soon as they come in with new ideas, they come in asking questions. And if you don't have it written down, then scaling is not going to happen. So, I think for me, it was scaling and people coming in like, okay, I want to help, but they couldn't even help me because I couldn't handle anything.
Right.
They were kind of like, hey, I'll take this off your plate. Just give it to me. But I didn't have, right, I didn't have the things that I couldn't tell them where the graphic artist phone number was, what the email was, or how we were paying them. Like all of those things I was doing, but I didn't set it up so that anybody else other than me could do it.
Wow.
And,
Yeah.
and so once we made those shifts and we started actually writing everything down, documenting everything, making little manuals for almost everything we do, at that point, we were really kind of setting up the scale. That's a good question too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
good
is
question.
so good. I always say if it's not written down, it didn't happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's real. That is absolutely real.
That might be my 20 plus years of HR expertise or whatever, but that's just,
Right.
it's almost like law. Just write it down.
Yeah. And if it's not written down, it definitely won't happen again, right? Like it's in your mind, but it definitely won't happen. And I think it's like the small things and the big things. Just write it
Yeah.
somewhere so that you can scale.
That is phenomenal. Love
Yeah.
that. Thank you so much for that. All right. Okay, we're on to gift number 3. So, gift number 3 question is you trained with leadership giants, okay, like John Maxwell and Eric Thomas,
Yeah.
ET, that hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's one game changing just leadership principle that everyone needs to embrace, do you think?
Discipline. Top of the list, discipline. The one thing I've seen with all of these top tier leaders that I have connected with is their level of discipline is outrageous. I mean, discipline like being in bed by 9 o'clock every day,
Mm,
like working out, physical fitness, not skipping a beat, serious about their diet. At first, I used to think that some of them were cold because whenever we talked, it was like really quick. They cut me off, answer the question, go to the next thing, answer the question. But I realized they were balancing their time.
uh-huh.
And so time management, even in that discipline. So it may have come off a little cold, but as I grew and started to understand, I was like, oh, that's not towards me. They're trying to make sure that they manage this time. And any person you're talking to can talk a little bit more than they need to, over
Yeah.
explaining, maybe trying to convince. And they're just like, hold it, I got you. Here's what you need to do. Do this. And until you do this, we don't really have anything else to talk about. Like if you haven't done what we talked about last time, we don't have anything to talk about this time.
Wow.
And so I think it is discipline. It is become the millionaire person before you make the $1 million. You know, anybody can make the money, but if you don't become the person, then you'll make the money and lose it. So
True.
becoming the person is all in, right? All in the discipline. And so I know for me, I didn't get to bed quite at 9 o'clock, but I started getting to bed a lot earlier, right? I cut some things out of my diet. I started disciplining my workout. I built in better family time
Mm-hmm.
simply because people like John Maxwell, I did a book tour with Les Brown and E.T., Jeremy Anderson, Ambassador Susan Johnson Cook. Like their discipline is so high that, but honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. And I play sports, so I know what it's like to have like a really regimented routine. Like I played D1 basketball, so I
Wow.
know regimented routine, but their level of discipline is just something different.
Oh, okay, okay. More discipline. That is really, really
Yeah.
good.
And it's self-discipline because nobody's checking them on it, right?
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes. I mean, being in a community is one thing, but
Yeah.
even in a community, you still need that self discipline,
Absolutely. I mean, because you'll have accountability partners, you have mentors, but they can't watch you every day, all day,
and they can't do
right?
it for you.
And they cannot do it for you. And I have learned in some of those spaces, they won't do some things they could do for you if you didn't do the things you could do on your own. They're like, oh,
Right.
well, if you're not gonna do that, then why would
Hmm.
I do this? I want to hand you the game. I want to give you the play. I want to give you the strategy. But if you couldn't do the simple things, then how you gonna do the large things? That's scripture, right? To whom much is given, much is required. If you can't handle a little, why would I give you a lot? That type of principle.
That,
Every time.
that goes for that money part too. So,
Absolutely.
oh,
Absolutely.
that is so, love those. So good. So good. All right. We're on to gift question number 4.
Okay.
So, gift number 4 is many people struggle. Don't we know it? Many people do struggle with like bridging that generational and like the cultural gaps, right?
Okay.
In their businesses. So what are some key like strategies to foster that unity and growth in like with like diverse teams?
Yeah, that's good. So first of all, let me say this. That for me is like that whole bridging gaps is huge because I think you need every generation.
Mm,
Like you want to be innovative and new, but if you forget your past, you'll repeat it. If you don't know your history, you'll repeat it.
mm,
So I think there is some great value in knowing what has already been. So I think for me, if I was sharing, I would say one of the ways that you're able to bridge generational gaps is by appreciating differences, right? Anybody can appreciate similarities. Like when it's similar, fine, but being able to appreciate whatever the differences are. You don't have to agree. Sometimes you don't even have to understand. I just appreciate that my hair is black and gray and yours is
yeah,
red. It's different, but we can rock with it,
yeah,
right? I don't have to go get your hair. You don't have to get mine, right? I don't have to do it your way. You don't have to do mine, but I appreciate the difference. And then allowing people to explore, but then you also kind of explore. Don't be so married to this is how you've done it, this is how it has to be, or this is how you know how to do it, so this is how it has to be done. That's not gonna work. That if you're trying to bridge these gaps, particularly generational,
mm,
you want to be able to say, okay, let me see how yours works. Let me understand why that works. And then let me show you how mine works, but I don't have to force my way on you. I
mm,
just want to at least be able to show you this alternative. And
right.
when you can get those two things right, I think the generations work well together. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not too much new under the sun anyway. So really, we just repeating cycles. But you want to make sure you're doing it in a way where you aren't making people's defenses come up.
Mm,
You aren't causing them to already be apprehensive because they don't trust that you have their best interests in mind, right? I think you got to kind of ease into it. And you do that by, okay, I appreciate these things about what you do it, how you think, who you are, where you've been. I'm not just skipping over the fact you've been here for a minute. Nor am I skipping over the fact that you're younger than me, but
mm,
you know some things I don't, because it's both sides now, right?
yep.
Like I think you and I, we in an age group where it's like we younger than some, older than others, right?
Yes.
So we are right. So we are the bridge, right? So we
We-
are the bridge. Yeah. And so I think those are some tips and ways you could to get it done.
That is powerful. Love that. And I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you.
Okay.
Not to mention, I'm a big believer. Again, it could be my HR expertise and stuff that everybody learns at different levels and stuff like that, Dwight. So just being able to go at your own pace with things from even growing your business and different
Yeah.
things, it's just important to know that we're all going to do it. Had a little glitch there.
Okay.
You can't
We back. We back. We back.
know what that was, but guess what? Champions adjust on this show here. All right. So, yes, totally agree with you on that. All right. So, lastly, is gift number 5. And that question is faith. I am huge with my faith,
Mm,
just so you know, if you don't
yeah.
already. Um,
Okay.
faith and business often intersect. I know it does for me, right? So
Absolutely.
how has your faith played a role in your leadership journey? And what advice do you have for people that are like navigating that purpose or
Yeah.
profit, I should say. And
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So first of all, my faith is really strong. And let me check the chat real quick. Anybody else got strong faith? Type of one in the chat real quick. If you
that
got faith,
word faith.
type, come on, give us the one in the chat real quick. And so I think the obvious things, right? That faith empowers it, faith informs it for me. So right now, the coaching and speaking I do, coaching coaches, coaching speakers, helping them launch $10,000 businesses in 8 months. Like that's my business. I help you package your passion, and I have a 4 to 8 week program where you earn $10,000 and we turnkey your business. However, my pitch has been we help you impact lives, increase your income so that you can provide low to no cost ministry, right?
Mm,
And it's that last part that's for me. It's so that you can provide low to no cost ministry.
yeah.
So when you say, how does my faith inform it? Faith for me fuels it. Like I want to be able to do good business so that we can support churches and support paraministries, and we don't have to do thermometer campaigns, and we don't have to do, the extra offerings and the another fundraiser. I want to have one of the funds for when God gives a vision, we do it. I want to have people in the room who are in that same place where we don't need the whole congregation to have to rally around it. Although there are some benefits to that. Let me just say, so I'm not knocking churches.
Right.
I'm a pastor, so I get it. But I want to get to a place where we don't have to have everybody give everything when we have a few who can carry the weight of us all, and business owners automatically think I'm doing my business so that we can fund the kingdom, so that we can serve the soups, we can provide the homes, we can, do the clothing. And so I think for me, there was a moment where I was kind of like, man, God, I know what you're telling me to do. At
Mhm.
this particular time in this church I was at, we didn't have the money to do it. And it wasn't because we hadn't steward well. It wasn't because people weren't giving. It was just a large project God called us to.
It
I'm
happens.
like, God, we don't have it. Like, what are we supposed to do? He was like, it's not that we don't have it. He was like, you don't have
No,
it. I was like, oh,
it-
gosh.
right.
Right. He's like, it's not that I don't have it. He said, it's not that the church doesn't have it. It's like, you the church. Why don't you have it? And
Mm,
it never dawned on me that I could even have the business that could finance God's business.
mm,
It
yeah.
didn't dawn on me. And then, coincidentally or spirit led, I started bumping into people, right? So now we got the John Maxwells and the ETs and the Jeremy Andersons who are single-handedly making more income than some churches and baptizing more people than some churches. And so for me, it wasn't a replacement. It wasn't like, oh, do that in place of church. It was like, no, do that so that we can empower churches and empower ministries, and a person can come along and say, hey, this is what God told me to do, and you could drop, 20, $30,000 and not be moved by it. And it's not because you have a lot of money, but it's because you did the business
Yeah.
so that we could be about our Father's business. So that for me is huge. I'm like be both the lion and the lamb, right? The lion does the business, the lamb does the ministry. I am be prophetic and get the profit, right? And just like, do both at the same time.
Yes. So, just hearing you say all of that, for what comes to me is just being able to have um, that genuine longevity.
Yeah,
You know?
that's good.
So, yeah, you want to
Yeah,
keep it going. Like, you don't want to start the wrong way
right.
with building this and things like that. I mean, not if you want to keep it, in my opinion. I'm huge also with integrity. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, if you're gonna do something, then do it. Like if you can't, then just
Right.
protect everything. Say you can't.
Right. Oh no, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's true. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, good. Love this. Man, I am so very grateful to have had you guys, Doctor, okay? Dwight, as
No, thank you.
special guest today. So I'm so grateful to you. But Dwight, is there anything else that you would like to share as your guest? And you guys, if you missed some things as far as our gifts that we gave here as to the questions and answers, by all means, check it out again. It'll be posted, obviously, as well as I do have a podcast that is actually on YouTube. All the podcasts are on there. So
Okay.
you
Yeah.
to give or just give to the people today.
No, that's good. Yeah, no. So I think for me, it is, first of all, you guys are seeing what can be. Like, she is on, she is regular, she is consistent, she is disciplined. And so this is actually accomplishment in action. So first, I want to thank you for your example. Thank you for having me. And my words are maximize your potential. Like, you have to understand that there are limitless opportunities. And if you try, you'll get it done. You miss 100% of the shots you miss. I mean, shoot, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take every time. Les Brown says this thing that I've been loving. He says that people do not fail because they shoot too high and miss.
Mm,
People fail because they shoot too low and hit.
yeah.
Right. And from me, I'm like, you know what? You're right. So what I won't do is shoot low. I don't want you to shoot
Mm,
low. And again, if I can help in any way with your coaching, with your speaking, with just mindset, I would love to come alongside you and do that. I knew we were coming on today, and so I just finished a conference in Durham last week, and I bundled together not all of, but just some of my online courses and book summary videos and put them together as a breakthrough package.
mm,
And I do want to offer that for anybody who would like it. There are some free options, and then there's some others. And so I'm just going to drop it in the
yeah,
chat. Can I do that?
do that.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to
By
drop a
all,
link. Okay. Yeah, I'll drop a link in the chat. Please go grab that.
yes.
I know it's IG, so you can't actually get it. You might have to copy and paste it, but it's there. So you can go ahead and take a look at that.
Yep. Yep. We'll get it.
I to say it out, but it's a whole lot. I probably should have just did like a tiny URL. I didn't.
I
But it's there.
I have someone that's on there. I have a VA who can grab that. Grab
Okay.
it. Hey, thank you.
Listen, do that. And one, there's a gift up there, presentation you can look through. There's an assessment. ET has this $149 flight assessment, but I'm offering you guys that for absolutely free, just so that you can kind of see what your skill sets are, where you are in the world. I would love to talk to you about it. And then there is, a bundle there, some videos that I think will drastically enhance your life.
Mm,
If you've ever been stuck, ever been trying to figure out how to move forward, tonight was not an accident. You were here on purpose. Don't wait till next month. Make it happen.
yes.
And then lastly, I'll say this. I have been traveling with Les Brown, and if you are on the East Coast or you can just get to the East Coast, March 28th and 29th, we have Les Brown coming to Virginia. And so we're hosting a 2-day conference, and Les will be on site. And so there'll be opportunities for you to speak with him, take videos with him, but then most importantly, be impacted by his powerful message that usually ends in you have greatness in you. And I can say it, but there's nothing like hearing it from him directly. So definitely DM me, check out, follow me. And as I'm posting, would love to see you there.
And how, one more time, can they get in contact with you? If you missed it, I see some people have joined. Go back and watch this great stuff. You done missed
Absolutely.
already. Come on now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, DM me. You already on IG. You don't have to go search a whole bunch of websites. Go ahead and DM me. Check out the profile, or you can just go to dwightriddick.com.
Yes. Love it. Earl, that's my VA. Don't
Okay.
forget to get that link that he just dropped there, please, so we can get that out there. Love it. And you know what, Dwight, just to make sure also, if you could just DM me directly that
Okay.
link, and I'll make sure that he gets it as
Yep.
well.
I will. I definitely do that. Thanks again.
I'm so grateful to have you. I actually was able and blessed to, I went and listened and heard Les Brown
Okay.
once, because when I actually had started speaking myself, like that was one of them. Him, E.T., Inky, Jared.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all of them are
Yeah. Yeah.
phenomenal. Are you
Listen,
speaking that
I
day
am.
or?
I am. So I'm hosting it and speaking it. So a friend of mine, Mark Holland, he and I are teaming up to host the
Oh,
event. And so I'll be speaking, Mark will be speaking, Les will be speaking. Listen, if you show up, we can get you an interview.
I
It's an on-site podcast. Come on through. Absolutely. We'll make it happen.
Dwight, that could be a birthday gift to myself. My birthday is March 25th.
Is it?
Hey,
Listen, happy birthday.
look,
Happy birthday.
don't
Come
play
on,
it.
get it.
Like, happy birthday to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, now seriously, we can definitely make that happen for you.
Thank you. So blessed to have you. Thank you so much for joining me once again.
Thank you so much. You guys enjoy your day and keep doing what you're doing. You are impacting lives, you're transforming people, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. All right, so Dwight is going to be dropping off everyone, but I continue to get my other little stuff in here to talk to you. So feel free to stay on, or Dwight, you can come back, whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Now, do you have to disconnect me or I have to drop off on my
You can
own?
just jump off. You should be able to just disconnect for the most part. I can see if, yeah, if you just, oh, he, he got it. All right. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys. So very happy to have had, man, just this empowering conversation with Dr. Dwight Riddick. He's also part of my speaking academy, Next Level Speaking with Jeremy Anderson, Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson, so many others. Just blessings, you guys. Oh my gosh. I hope that like you're walking away from this episode feeling inspired to step up, to scale up, and stand strong in your leadership journey, okay? Because, as Shirley Chisholm said and reminded us, true leadership is about service, okay? All right. Now, let's remember to follow and put to action Dr. Dwight's wise suggestions, you guys. But also, here are my three short, they're just short, giftful and actionable tips. I like to give action to it, right? With that will help you hopefully to also scale up and to stand strong in leadership. And it'll help you to keep a positive mindset and to simply just create limitless potential. All right. Three very short gifts from me. Gift number one is leadership begins with self-mastery, you guys. All right. What do I mean by that? Well, true leadership it's simply just not all about like titles, positions, or how many people you follow who actually follow you, right? Instead, it starts with leading yourself. That is the key. Also, it just simply helps you to like master your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits along the way. All right. It is very important to do these things because it simply helps you to lead others within like confidence and with clarity. You will be so surprised how many people start following you, just supporting you in whatever you're doing along your journey, your business, if you just have helped them with their confidence and clarity. Now, I like to give actual action steps and things like that of what you can do. So to help us, it's very simple, but they're structured tools. What you're going to do is every morning, you guys, you're going to set like your daily intention. Okay. I've done this. It helps so much. All right. So you're going to build like that self mastery, and it's going to help you to actually align your actions with your leadership goals. Okay. And here are some actual examples to take actual action. All right. First, there's just two, but you can use, it's called well, let me get this right. Reflectly.com, you guys. All right, go to that, which is an AI powered journal that actually focuses on mental well-being. So very helpful, you guys. And you can also utilize Obsidian is what it's called. So you can get it at obsidian.com, which is a text-based tool that is it's really kind of like great for that deep journaling and linking ideas. The linking ideas part, genius, you guys. So check it out. All right. Okay. Gift number 2. Systems create sustainability. Man, let me tell you about some systems in a good way, though, you guys. Scaling up requires a lot more than just hard work, okay? It demands systems and structure because, without them, you'll stay just like in this cycle of business instead of actual growth. And we don't want that, all right? So whether you're an entrepreneur, an executive like I used to be, or a creative, the key to longevity, you guys, is working smarter, not harder. We've all heard that, right? So here are 2 actionable steps to help with these. The first one is do these 3 things: prioritize, plan, perform. You're going to do these 3 things, which helps us to take control of our day. Okay. So you want to do this. It'll help you to avoid burnout. Let me tell you, because I'm trying to run and conduct 3 businesses, right? Different businesses. So it'll help you without, so that you don't have that burnout. And it will help you to maximize productivity. Trust me, I'm doing it and it's so helpful. All right. Next is you can use sorted3.com. That's the actual number 3. Okay. Sorted3.com. It's a tool that can actually, auto schedule your tasks based on urgency, you guys. How phenomenal is that? Or you can try using processstreet.com. That actually like conducts workflow automation and SOPs, which again, we talked about this last time. An SOP, for those of you who don't know, it's the standard operating procedures. All right. And it just helps with that documentation. So check them out. All right. Okay, so last but not least is gift number 3, and that's that growth requires expansion and exposure. What do I mean by this? Well, let me just tell you, please understand that, you can't scale if you're unwilling to stretch. I had to learn that for myself. So if you want to break through to your next level, you must expand your knowledge. That's the bottom line, let me tell you. You got to expand your knowledge, your network, and most importantly, your mindset. All right. So simply just surround yourself with like people and environments that, challenge you to think bigger. Okay. You need that big time. Of course, I want to give you some actionable tips and steps to do that, just in case you don't have that person. Okay. The first thing you want to do, which helped me tremendously, was invest in your own growth, you guys. Let me tell you. And simply just do this by like joining a mastermind, hire a coach or a mentor. I'm a mentor, by the way. Or commit to like reading like a leadership book, even will help you each month, though, like 1 per month. Okay. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's so very helpful. If you're looking for a great place to start, check out the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, you guys. That's a really good one by John Maxwell. There you go. And we talked about that with Dr. Dwight today. So check it out. So grateful for you guys. Well, that is the end of the Giftful Gems today. So very grateful that you joined me. I'm so grateful to have had my blessed guest that I had, Dr. Dwight Riddick. But know this, you guys, if there's one thing that you want to take away from this whole episode, it's that you were created for more. Please know that and just Live in it, you guys, and know that you're worthy of more, okay? And all that being said, there is no limit, not one, that, we can't achieve. So please commit to leading, all right? Keep those great morals, integrity, building strong systems, and continuously just expanding, you guys, your own capacity for abundant growth, because you're worthy of more. All right. Now, don't forget, if you would like me to actually send you these 3 gifts that I talked about, just DM me directly. Give me your actual email address and I will send them to you. You can say, hey, today I want gifts number 1, 2, or 3, or you could just say all and I'll get those to you. All right. In case you didn't get to take notes and things like that, but you can also go back and listen to this. All right. As always, thank you so very much for tuning into this episode 62, you guys, of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with me, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I am so grateful for you guys. You are much appreciated. You know this already, but please continue to keep following me and also share for just ongoing and inspiring content. Also, please subscribe to my podcast, okay? It's on the YouTube channel. It's called Faith Forward Fearlessly by Jenée Hudson. Please share that as well. The link is in my bio, and you can get it wherever I'm at. DM me if y'all need it. I'll send it to you directly. There you go. All right. You guys, please keep the faith. And until next time, have a very blessed day and a prosperous journey on purpose. Later.